Hello, as unemployment takes another rise, Calendar reports on a couple who woke up this morning to find themselves without a job. And the Princess of Wales pays a visit to the men and women who've returned from the Gulf and says thank you to them and their families. Plus the troops who are waiting to come home from the Gulf. That's Calendar. See you at 6.
It'll be me and Dolly that get the sack.
Nick, that is not fair. Anyway, if the Tates go under, we'll all be in trouble. None of us will have any jobs.
You're getting involved in something you don't fully understand. Anything could happen. You could get hurt.
It's the animals you should be thinking about. They're the ones that are getting hurt.
Look, I'm more concerned about you. Some of these people are complete loonies. They'll stop at nothing.
There are thousands of children growing up in care in Britain, many of them like David, who's 9.
Hello, my name is David and I need to find a family.
If you can offer a home to David or want to know more about fostering or adoption, ring 0345 212 821. That's 0345 212 821. The lines are open now.
How time flies. Kids will be here in a minute. Then he'll be wanting his proper dinner. I know. I'll serve up Bernard Matthews' turkey breast roast.
Prepared for your convenience from the best of the turkey, with no artificial colours, flavourings or preservatives.
That's better. How was your day?
Oh, your mother was on the phone most of it. That's my driving lesson.
Bernard Matthews' turkey breast roast, for people with a lot on their plate.
Thursday evening on Yorkshire begins with a trip to Jimmy's.
The reason we're doing the biopsy is your jaundice is a little bit deeper today. I think we need to exclude a bit of rejection. Even at 6 days, it's possible that you have a little bit of rejection. Your body is recognising the liver isn't your own, and we can treat that.
And there's some industrial misconduct in evidence for the bill.
Sierra Oscar 595.
Go ahead, Tony.
The accident at the building site confirmed as fatal.
Incident at the building site in Telwyn Road. Man dead, allegedly pushed off the 2nd floor.
And another entry in the casebook of Sherlock Holmes.
That's a very nice piece of deduction, boss.
Thank you.
But hardly a valid one.
Great entertainment for Thursday on ITV.
Now at 5:30, the ITN News with Fiona Armstrong.
Free at last, the Birmingham Six walk from court. Emotional reunion after 16 years in jail. Government scraps the poll tax. And outsider Garrison Savannah takes the Gold Cup. Good evening. The Birmingham Six have been freed by the Court of Appeal. Their convictions for murder in the 1974 Birmingham pub bombings were set aside at the Old Bailey. Lord Justice Lloyd told the men, in the light of fresh evidence, your appeal will be allowed. You are free to go. Immediately there was a huge cheer from families and well-wishers in the public gallery.
4:10, the first taste of freedom. Richard McElkenny hugs his brother Paddy. Paddy Hill punching the air, Richard McElkenny centre and Billy Power on the left. Relatives and friends pouring in from the crowd to embrace them. This is Hughie Callahan. This, John Walker.
For 16 and a half years, we've been used as political scapegoats for people in there at the highest. The police told us from the start that they knew we hadn't done it. They told us they didn't care who done it. They told us that we were selected and that they were going to frame us just to keep people in there happy. That's what it's all about. Justice!
Justice has been done today, but it's took 16 years for this justice to happen. Thank you very much.
There are many more people behind prison bars, wrongly convicted, not only Irish, including English people.
John Walker, Paddy Hill, Jerry Hunter, Hughie Callahan, Richard McElkenny and Billy Power, the Birmingham Six. Then, much against the wishes of the crowd, into the cars laid on by the solicitor and off to an undisclosed destination. After 9 days in court, which ended with the Crown trying to prove that whilst the convictions were unsatisfactory, they were safe. Graham Bowl, counsel for the Director of Public Prosecutions, began by dealing with allegations of violence by the police alleged by the 6 men. Mr. Bowl said at the trial the men lied hard, persistently and in concert. They had to explain away their confessions. The men were beaten, as these photographs show, but the Crown say that happened in prison. Mr. Bowl then turned to one of the 6, John Walker. He said he was an IRA quartermaster and all the 6 were linked to the IRA in some way. Lord Justice Mustill asked, "Is the gist of your submission that Walker would have been convicted and brought down the others?" "Yes," replied Mr. Bowl. At this there were cries of rubbish from the public gallery. Mr. Bowl went on, "At the end of this hearing we confidently expect that those with eyes and ears will have seen that justice has been done." Michael Mansfield, counsel for 5 of the men, was clearly provoked. The Crown, he said, is trying to suggest a verdict of not very guilty. One imagined at one time today, he went on, the case was being re-prosecuted. "It is an undisputed fact," he said. "These men were assaulted in Winson Green Prison. No one has been brought to book for that. Just as prison officers thought they could get away with it, so did the police." Lord Justice Lloyd set the men free at once, saying he'd give his reasons later. The court erupted with scenes of jubilation, the men waving at relatives and hugging everyone in sight. As news filtered out of the courtroom, shouts of joy and delight rang round the Old Bailey. For anyone who was in court, it was a memorable day. Joan Fairkettle, ITN, at the Old Bailey.
Well, as you saw in that report, families, friends and supporters waiting outside the Old Bailey greeted the news with jubilation. The release of the 6 follows a long-running campaign, which began after the men were sent to prison for life following their trial in 1975.
November the 21st.